Hi, my name is Steve Rimpici. I play Dick Polakowski, the star, the lead star, the full star of BullsEye, of which I star in. Next to me, somebody else.
My name's Robert Werner. I play Charlie Rodriguez, the better half of the film. You know, a co-star, a leading man can't have a film without an enemy. So that's where I come in. I supply all his emotional needs and actions throughout the whole film. Right? You'd say that. I would think so.
It's a family film, so I can't comment on that. Actually, we've had a lot of fun together making this film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from the, actually going back to the auditions with things. You know, we had started this, I think it was 1973 or so, when we started the project.
I was prenatal. It's like the Odd Couple if the Odd Couple tried to kill themselves. Kill each other.
We had a lot of fun making the film. I mean, there's so much that
unfortunately
you aren't going to be able to see unless we come out with the unrated DVD edition. Coming in Hanukkah 2015. But we just had a lot of fun. I mean, we were on various locations, whether the owners knew it or not, we're still not sure. But there was some scenes in a barn where I think we had about
8 hours of
and about 14 gallons of fake blood.
That was terrible.
It's just a sticky mess, and covered in sticky, nasty strawberry jelly and whatever else was.
And then here comes my hair wet dangling over on top of it.
On top of me with the knife, and we're trying to make sure that he doesn't quite miss the board that was in there, and the piece of raw meat that was also.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it was just really nasty, and it was like, you know, one of those times of one more take, to the 50th take.
Oh me,
The Alex Prister one more take. And so here we are. I can't even open my fingers because you just hear. And he's like, one more time. That was great, but we're gonna do it one more time. So that was an amazing, not so amazing.
Yeah, we had the big Sound of Music scene that we did.
So where I get the twirl.
Yes,
my pirouette.
And shot in the sky.
That was, you know, again, Alex is terrific at directing, and he has the image in his head of what he wants it to be. And if that image just happens to change a little bit as we're going through each scene, well, then we have to do it again. And as you can tell, obviously I'm built for speed and rugged athleticism. And so we had to run, I don't know, about 6 miles across this prairie land, up and down hills about 84 times or so.
Alex didn't want to do little cuts. He wanted a full-on master shot of an entire run.
Yeah.
But in like 3 different shots of like a master shot. So it was like,
I mean, yeah, we had a ton of fun making the film.
I remember the gag reel you guys had together when putting your
the
fist.
surgery, the psychic surgery.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And you made it seem like your hand in his chest, and it pulled it out like the guts. And he was like, "Take it out!" And you're like, 10 euros.
The film noir aspect of this is my favorite thing, and you know, Dick's voice, which is it was a cold, dark, rainy night, is just a great thing to do over and over again. So I was glad.
And your voices are incredible. You have this variety of talent for voice. You do like every voice.
I've had voices in my head.
Why don't you do do a few like that afterwards?
There's you can go from being silly,
Hi up here with very much in German type of speaking,
or you can go with an old Yiddish man, which worked a lot in this movie. But there's a lot of things you can do in between as well.
Right. Well, I mean, when I looked at the script, a lot of what I do is like I think about the inner life of the character, how he is, and a major thing is. When you have a character who has a lot of anger, if you just blatantly show it right away, it ruins it. It's not natural, because if someone has a lot of anger, they don't show it. If someone's really upset, they don't show it. Right. So it's kind of this slow mental breakdown. And so what I would look for in the script is when all those walls got broken down. Mm-hmm. So it would slowly slip, and I would look for moments of a change, and then I would find like the dynamic aspect of when I could change from completely, trying to maintain composure to just letting go.
Be psychotic animal eater, man eater.
Right. So I mean, hopefully I chose the right scenes for those. I'm not really sure, but I hope.
I think I mean, if you're watching the trailer, and then if you're watching the full film, you'll see, like you were saying before, it's sort of the noir side of things. And not only does it sound that way, but you can actually see it. You can see the noir style, because I mean, if you watch it now, originally it was sort of like a black and white thing. We weren't going to go with color. We were going to kind of stick with a darker everything, and he was filming it in strict noir. And then after a while, it kind of, there's more color now, it's more vibrant,
right.
but at the same time, like, there are still those scenes where like there's like you on the phone or like you're on the rooftop, like you can look at it and you can still see like the classic noir, like it's just dark and like you're almost nervous, like you're nervous at the dinner table, you know, waiting to get hit, you know, like oh my god,
yeah,
and like you know you're sitting there and then you know you hang up the phone or like there's just the shadow and like half of you. So
yeah.
When you emote, when you were in there like playing it, I was just sitting there going, you know, like he's gonna snap, and I was like waiting for it, and it was fantastic, you know, and
cool.
it was. You know, I think you really brought it out at the right moments, and then the way it looked, the way the light was hitting, it was just, you know, I was impressed.
That's
and
great.
you could see it on the trailer, and then you can also, and then when you see it on the film, you'll be impressed.
I think it's almost better.
You have to feel like when you're watching the film itself, like there are parts of it that you're just like, it's funny, and like it hits you, and then it just has to hit you. Like if it doesn't hit you, if you miss it, I don't know what to tell you. But overall, like it's such a great film, and like there's so many things in it.
What do you think of the CGI, though? All the explosions we had that you saw in the trailer?
From the trailer,
Yeah.
from original conceptions of CGI to the trailer was night and day. Not the movie, but literally night and day. And I was really impressed. Like even like the opening sequences were just really.
Yes.
When we were designing, or you had an original explosion, it was just sort of like, we're just gonna put that in there for now for CGI.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you can make this, like we need to see debris, we need to see everything. So I get these clips, I get these like stills of what he was working on, and you hit the arrow button and it kind of like it goes through like a flip book, and you just see the original explosion, the way that this bomb blows up the building. It looked like it like leveled like 5 city blocks. Like when I see that, I just started laughing. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, you know, he sets up the bomb and like there's no way this would happen. So like because he had the building was set back like this, and like I said, you had to zoom in and we got to see the debris, but the explosion was so heavy. I was like, tone it down. You know, it's fake. It's a computer rendering and everything,
yeah.
But I was like, if this really happened, this would just be awful, you know, like catastrophic.
Wait, you mean Alex exaggerated and went too
Alex-
over the
I
top?
don't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you know.
Go me, I
You know, you got to keep it rolling, and I think Alex's story, as far as building this film and everything, it really is one for the books, one for the film history books. I mean, I've read a lot of literature about how, you know, the Coen brothers, Kevin Smith, you know, you have all these filmmakers, how they really, you know, put together what they had in such a limited way. I think, I mean, my oversight, the way I saw everything go through was not only impressive, it was efficient, everybody pulled together. It was with a lot of, you know, everyone has their passion. They're either acting or they're filmmaking or they're, you know, composing music or making whatever it is for the film, and it's done with the love, and it's something that, you know, you're just glad to be a part of. And then when it finally does come out, it's like, well, I've had so much, you know, involvement, so much experience. It's almost its own reward.
I've done theater, I've done musical theater, dramas, I've done improv, you know, I've done background work. I'm working on another feature film right now, zombie film, so that should be fun. The Reunion, slight plug for that, go check that out too. Hopefully it'll be up on Indiegogo too. But yeah, so I mean, you know, I've been working hard, I'm glad that this is my chance to really, this is my first feature film, and it's really a fantastic opportunity, you know, to work with great people, to work with you. You know, I put a lot of work into this, so I'm glad to see it coming through.
Yeah, aside from executive producer, I'm also a manager at Bloodhammer Management. We represent talent, whether you're an actor, filmmaker, local, you know, indie band, or a more, you know, like a popular pop star kind of thing. We do everything.
So, you know, feel free to go on the website on Indiegogo.com if you want more information. Look on our website, BullsEyeMovie.com, or the IMDb website, as well as your website that you have. If you want
yeah, if you'd like to check out my work, StevesVoiceovers.com. You can find there. I also, well, we all have IMDb credits.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Let's end on pinky.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, this is Steve Rimpici. I play Detective Dick Polakowski in the new hit film BullsEye. I'm doing this alone because the other guys are now gone. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is because prior to acting, I have about a 25-year career in sales. So my job here is to sell this to you. I'm going to do a good job. Why? Because hopefully you've already watched the trailer. If you haven't, you can see it on Indiegogo.com/bullseye, also bullseyemovie.com. What Alex Prister has put together is a film that had about $6,000 for a budget to use. And within that, he taught himself CGI from scratch. We have, I don't know how many hundreds of bullet shots that are involved in other much more dramatic CGI shots. We have 3 classic cars that we were able to get at no charge. We have countless shots and dollies that were built and all kinds of technical stuff that I have absolutely no clue about, but look great when they were filmed with Alex behind the camera. We've done a hell of a lot in this film. The one thing that we don't have, though, is money. That's where you guys come in. Now, Alex is an incredible talent. I'm not too shabby myself. We've got a great cast, and we have something that's very, very marketable. Considering also the budget that we're starting with here, if this does anything, you have a tremendous return on investment. What it also shows is that you've got an interest in independent filmmaking. This is something that's very important in the industry itself. As Hollywood changes, you're going to have to rely on young filmmakers like Alex Prister. Being able to see a bigger picture and make it come to life, regardless of what you may have at hand, is a talent that needs to be nurtured. If I had the money, I would put it behind this as well. Unfortunately, I am a starving actor. Do a little side work on sales myself, like this video that I'm doing with you. It's important, though, that you take a look at this and give it a fair shot. I think you'll find that you'll be very impressed with the quality of the work, both from a technical perspective and an acting perspective. And from the directing, the writing, everything else that's involved. We were given a lot of freedom to have fun with this film. After everything else, this is a comedy. We realize we're not redoing Shakespeare here. We're not trying to. We want people to go in, have a good time, forget about their troubles for a couple of hours, and really just come out laughing their heads off. And we've accomplished that. I think the wider distribution we can get on this, the more people we can make laugh. And every laugh transfers into $1 into your bank account. So the more laughs we can get by a wider distribution, the more money you're going to make. Now, all we're looking for at first is $5,000. That helps pay for some of the other professionals who are kind of outside our family network that we needed to bring in, mostly on the music and composing side. We're looking, though, for whatever we can as far as help, contacts beyond just the dollar amounts that you can give. All of the people that are in the cast here deserve the widest possible shot to be successful. So if there are other films that you're involved in, you want to bring those people in, we encourage you to contact them through Bloodhammer Management and through Alex Prister. If you'd like to be involved in this film, you'll find links all over the Indiegogo website, as well as contact information on how to do this. We look forward to speaking with you. We're available to chat with you about the film, about your involvement in the film, what you think you can bring to the film. Or we'd welcome just the chance to talk to you about what your current projects are and how we might be able to work with you. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to all of this, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.